Chapter 27, Awareness. There are many levels to one's thoughts. When I was utterly unaware of my thoughts, I just responded to the world as it came at me. Often unsatisfied, I felt trapped in the conditions around me, unable to know how to change the circumstances of my life. My thoughts gained momentum and repeated themselves, invoking emotional reactions to people or situations that felt totally out of my control. My awareness was outside of myself. When I paid conscious attention to my mind and my thoughts, I observed what I was reacting to and could adjust my responses accordingly. This is the practice of mindfulness, which means maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. Besides being aware of my thoughts, I had to check in with how I was feeling. I am able to determine what someone else is feeling emotionally at any moment and respond with sympathy. It is important to learn to distinguish between others' emotions and my own. As an empath, I take on the emotions of others unknowingly, and it can complicate my thoughts, actions, and outcomes. Empathy becomes clearer when I can identify what thoughts are coming from my own mind versus what thoughts might be coming from an outside stimulus, other people, or energy that is present. On another level, physical sensations that are present for me, such as pain, tingling, hot or cold, interact within me as well as with my environment. Are my pants too tight? Is a clothing tag constantly scratching me? Am I aware of my breath? The benefits of conscious breathing are well documented. From stress relief, pain relief, and increased pleasure, there are innumerable ways that the breath can be used to alter one's moods and states of mind. Finally, there is my external awareness. All of my senses can give me huge amounts of information about my external world at any given time. My sight, hearing, and sense of smell send information to my brain that is being received either consciously or unconsciously. All of these levels of awareness are energetically based, so mindfulness could also be described as energy awareness. These energies are interpreted by my mind at an incredible speed, yet I'm aware of all of these factors all at the same time and tend to shift my focus to one or two at a time. It is where I take my awareness that gives me a moment to pause, understand, and adjust. Awareness is my greatest tool. When I acknowledge that I'm having an unpleasant thought and feel powerless to change it, I reach for my touchstones, as Abraham Hicks calls them, whereby I can go to a few of my favorite memories. The one I think about most often is when I'm in the Turks and Caicos. I'm windsurfing over the crystal blue waters. Starfish pass beneath me on the white sand. In the most perfect alignment of wind, coordination, and concentration, it is most certainly a moment of connection with my higher self and is absolute bliss. This simple act of remembering positive events that have happened in your life increase serotonin production in the angular cingulate cortex. By shifting my thinking before any negative thoughts get momentum behind them, I am able to keep my vibration high and feel satisfied more of the time. I began to tell myself, take responsibility for your thoughts. Take the path of least resistance for your thoughts. Apply the law of attraction to your thoughts. Be mindful of your thoughts. Look for abundance in your thoughts. Lead with your energy in your thoughts. Look for love in your thoughts of yourself. Love your thoughts. Create a different emotional reaction with your thoughts. Set boundaries with your thoughts. And so it went. Leaning into this knowledge, I am a retired empath, as Miriam Hasna describes. I felt everyone else's emotions but my own. Now I celebrate staying tuned into my own pleasure and making that my priority. I am compassionate and no longer taking on what does not belong to me. Kay Jamison Redfield wrote in her memoir, Nothing Was the Same. I ruminated, my thoughts, repetitive and dark, churned over and over and made me doubt that I would ever create or love again. When I was depressed, however, each thought was not only dark, but death-laden and punitive. No simple good came from the ruminations of melancholy. Gabriel was powerful when he steered his thoughts toward healing and spirituality. Positive and inspired, he was connected to something greater than most when he spoke to me. I wonder if his power of thought spun him deeply into the shadows of his own mind, from which his only escape was death. He was an incredible thinker, gifted with the power of observation, introspection, and compassion. At his darkest moments, the most compassionate thoughts he had for himself were life-ending, freeing his spirit from his physical ailments and allowing his good work to continue beyond this existence.